So welcome back here, 2014 PSP World Cup. I'm Matty Marshall alongside Todd Martinez and Chris Lasoy. A huge game coming at you right now. It's going to be Tampa Bay Damage taking on the Los Angeles Ironmen in the first Champions Division semifinal matchup here. What a crazy morning we've seen so far. And I've been highly looking forward to this game because we've seen Ironman and Damage play each other many times. And our Chaos is going to play Edmonton Impact. They've played each other before too. But right now, it's all about who wants it the most. The Ironmen, a very hungry Tampa Bay Damage. Guys, you know, in this matchup, who are you picking here? Who do you think? Todd, what are you thinking?
Well, this morning we were talking about it. I went with the Ironmen. I feel like the Ironmen are just kind of due right now. They got a lot of players playing at a really high level. You know, Tampa Bay Damage, I love my boy Skinny Kevin over there, you know, coach of Tampa Bay Damage. And, you know, Damage has definitely been here before. So, you know, there's a lot going both ways, a lot of good reasons to pick both teams. But I think I'm just going to take the Ironmen here. I'm
also taking the Ironmen. I feel that they're ready. You know, that they've been mid-level bosses for a while. But the way that D side's playing, the way the Snake side plays. Now, again, I was kind of on the fence because I think Damage is due as well, too. And, Chris, you're picking Damage.
Yeah, I picked Damage because what I think Damage is going to do, they shoot really good lanes in the break. They're going to effectively try to shut down Marcelo Margot and Mouse, Alex Goldman, and then also try to maintain, you know, Chris Cat in that back bunker, trying to keep him out of the 50 Dorito. If they can do that, they're going to win this game.
Yeah, it's such a toss-up, man. I was sitting there and I was like, Damage, Ironman, but you know, I mean, I played on the Ironman for 6 years, so I gotta go with the Ironman. It's been 5 long years since the Ironmen have even made the finals. Yeah. So the Ironmen haven't made it in half a decade to the finals. So that's how big this game is right now. So fitting that it's at the end of the season in the World Cup. So both these teams' seasons on the line. It's win or go home right now. And Tampa Bay Damage, man, they played great after the first event where they stumbled and had to play in a relegation match. But since then, they have been playing awesome paintball. And they were one of the best-looking teams, probably the best-looking team, other than maybe our Chaos in prelims. So here we go. Off the break. 5 bodies alive for both teams, getting the start for the Ironmen. Brandon Cornell and Chris Cat on the D side. Alex Goldman, Marcelo Margot, Snake side. For Damage, it's Jacob Edwards, Keith Brown, Brian Smith, and Chad Bougier, Jason Edwards.
Brian Smith goes up to that temple inset from the Snake, trying to lock off Alex Goldman from getting in, but looks like he might have caught a bounce shot a couple times. That's going to allow Alex Goldman to get into the Snake and come all the way to the end where we've seen him just destroy teams from. He's in there right now, but Chad Bougier knows where he is. Keith Brown trying to keep Brandon Cornell from coming down that Dorito side. Looks like we might have some action over in the Dorito corner. No, everything's safe for Tampa Bay Damage. Referee ran in there pretty quick. Ironman with the field position advantage, up 5 bodies on 4. Marcelo Margot going to crawl into the back of the Snake to help protect Alex Goldman. Alex Rodriguez, he's in the Snake side corner. Nobody wide for Tampa Bay Damage right now.
And this is what makes the Ironmen scary, when they can get Alex Goldman all the way down in the Snake. When Alex Goldman's playing hot on a Snake like this, Ironmen are a tough team to beat, especially when they doubles up with Marcelo Margot. Marcelo Margot, one of the most, if not the most consistent player in the game. Such a monster gunfighter. Ironman in the driver's seat right now. Brian Smith dead for Damage. They're down by 1.
Yeah, and if you can't stop Marcelo Margot and Alex Goldman, you are in some serious trouble. I mean, when I talked to Alex yesterday, he's like, I'm just going to go all the way all the time. And I'm like, all right, well, there you go, bro. And he's sure as heck been doing it.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jason Edwards almost caught one. And he had
like Jason Edwards did just catch one. Nope, he keeps tucking into that Dorito side temple, getting smaller and smaller.
Oh, but look at this. The consistent Marcelo Margot drops the ball here in the Snake, shaking his head. No, he made a mistake.
Oh, Keith Brown.
But Alex Goldman helping the Ironmen out by coming around and taking out Keith Brown. And then getting that shot, I believe, on Chad Bougier. So it's up to Alex Goldman right now, who's just dominating on the Snake side, even though Marcelo got shot behind him.
Alex Rodriguez coming through the middle of the field. Going to shoot the Edwards brothers out as Brandon Cornell comes streaking down the Dorito side as well. So, you know, Matty, you know, this is kind of the reason here why I picked the Ironmen this morning when we talked about it, just because Alex Goldman's been playing so well. You got a heavy Snake attacker, very intelligent, experienced player playing at the highest level on the Snake side. Brandon Cornell making just, you know, his first big World Cup appearance out here, balling for the Ironmen on the Dorito side. And then you got Marcelo Margot, Alex Rodriguez, and then all the role players really stepping up for the Ironmen right now. But Tampa Bay Damage, really talented team. And, you know, this one's going to be a This one's going to be a real fight right here.
Yeah, I totally agree. That's why I also ended up deciding to go with the Ironman as well, too. Plus, you know, again, I played with him for so long. But, man, you know, picking up the slack for Marcelo over here was Alex Goldman. Marcelo dropped the ball, getting shot out of there, but it didn't matter because that's why you got all these different weapons. So, again, you know, Tampa Bay Damage much more consistent in placing high in these events, and has just been better for, you know, the past seasons in such a solid roster that has been together for a long time. So on paper, historically, for the past couple years, you got to give it to Damage. But the Ironmen are starting to move those bars over, and you know, again, you know, that's why we went with them. But right now, hey man, it doesn't matter on paper. This is the World Cup. This is about guys stepping up for their teams right now. You worked all year long to get to this spot, to get here, to have a chance to prove to the world that you're the best. And the Ironmen are up 1-0 right now with 17-13 to go. And let's see if the Ironmen send back out the same squad. They bring Mike Paxton out this time. Looks like Toe Camel's coming to play the snake for Alex Goldman. Marcelo's back out there again, and it's going to be Brandon Cornell. And I don't think they put CC back out there.
Yeah.
So I think it's Ibarra.
Cornell, man, playing really, really well on that far side. That kid, I'm looking forward to seeing that kid another couple years as well. I mean, he's only going to get a little faster and a lot better.
Well, think about it, man. He's still in high school.
I know. He's 17.
How good is he going to be in 5 years?
I know, man. I'm looking forward to seeing.
As much credit as we've given to Brandon Cornell, you know, you definitely got to give credit where credit's due to Daniel Ibarra. You know, his speed over there has been a great compliment to Brandon Cornell. You know, those two have really just been playing some really good complementary paintball. Ibarra able to get wherever he wants on this field consistently, and he is definitely getting a lot of kills himself as he runs out to Dorito 1 on the break and immediately looks inside.
Both teams have a player in Snake 1, but Toe Camel is the first to attack. He's into the 50-yard line. That means he's going to have shots on those backbunkers cross field. He comes around, and it looks like he just shot. Did he get a shot on Al-Yusuf?
It looked like he did. I don't know.
Well, Toe Camel now owns the line here. You can see the snake battle between Rumsey Al-Yusuf and Toe Camel in the snake. Al-Yusuf for Damage. And then now we're looking at the D side lineup. Is the Ironman also on the attack on the D side? Into D2, trying to get to that 50-yard line. They have Big Mike Paxton's gun shooting towards that D side, but Damage also into D2 as well. So both of these teams evenly matched, pretty close here on the field spread.
Dalton Vanderbilt making his bump up into the Dorito 2 for Damage. He's going to come out guns blazing to get into the 50, trying to get a shot on Ibarra. Ibarra looks to be clean. Dalton Vanderbilt takes one in the face, though. Might have caught it down the line for Brandon Cornell. Daniel Holiday still alive over there on the Dorito side. But now Ironmen are going to have the field position and the bodies. Big Mike Paxton digging out from the big Dorito on the snake side to the corner. Does he make it in there alive? Referee going to run in and check him.
Yeah,
Rumsey Al-Yusuf getting shot out of the snake.
By Toe Camel. So Toe Camel owns Al-Yusuf in a gunfight, and he is now past the 50-yard line. Marcelo Margot is right behind him. Referee in there checking him out, make extra sure that Toe Camel's clean. He might have got shot cross field. No, he's clean. But look at that, though. It looks like the point is going to be conceded. There was one body left alive for Tampa Bay Damage. Paul Everett flinging out wide here to get to the back bunker for Damage on the snake side, but he was looking at 5 bodies, so Kevin Brettauer, the coach, smartly blowing that flat, or blowing the horn to concede the point, but that is going to send the Ironmen up 2-0. Ironmen looking real strong, first to attack here, and that's always Shane Pistana's motto and his mantra. So we're going to be right back. Stick with us. Gorgeous morning here at the Fantasia Flight for the 2014 PSP World Cup. Biggest, best, and most important tournament of the year. Always historically the hardest tournament to win. And right now, the Ironmen up by 2 over Tampa Bay Damage. Damage has to get something going. They're going to send out Keith Brown, Jacob and Jason Edwards, Brian Smith, and Chad Bougier to try to put a point on the board here against the Los Angeles Ironmen, who have been dominant through 2 points. Score 2-0. Ironman on your right, Damage on your left. 3 bodies for both teams coming to the snake side. And first to hit into the snake is Keith Brown. He's still alive. He's in snake 1 on your screen right now, trying to control that wire, trying to control and do exactly what he just did. Put that guy in and get up to the next notch. He's going to try to do the same thing and get to the 50-yard line here. Keith Brown, a very aggressive player, Todd, and he's going to take what you give him.
Yeah, Ironman digging out to that snake side corner on the break and making it out there alive. With the Ironman countering by making a move into the Dorito 1. Damage with 3 bodies, guns heavy up on this snake side. Alex Goldman looked like he might have taken a bouncer.
I don't know. I think it hit him in the barrel. But, you know, ref in there checking him out. You can see he stops right at screen. He's clean. Alex Goldman making the move into the snake, but getting shot as he does, Todd.
Yeah, tried to take that opportunity to sneak in as the ref ran out. But that's just going to let Keith Brown. Toe Campbell dies out of the snake side corner. Keith Brown comes onto the Ironman side of the field.
Shooting everybody. Keith Brown just shot out the back corner bunker, Daniel Ibarra. I thought he got a shot on Chris Catt, but he didn't get that shot. So actually just took out the guy on the back of Daniel Ibarra, back bunker. But Keith Brown now gets a shot on Chris Catt. Keith Brown is just chalking kills up right now. Just having a kill festival snake side. Keith Brown stepping up to put a point on the board for Tampa Bay Damage.
And that was a textbook play by Keith Brown coming down the field, eliminating Alex Goldman, shooting the corner out Toe Camel, making the move down the field, shooting across the field, knowing the shots right away. That's what that's all about in the snake for sure, because you only have a few opportunities.
Yeah, good job right there by Tampa Bay Damage to get back in this game by getting Keith Brown into the snake right away to get that snake presence. And, you know, just really 2 bodies worrying about Keith Brown over there. Damage stayed disciplined enough to have both Brian Smith and Chad Bougier just continue to roll their guns, knowing that Alex Goldman was going to take the first opportunity he could to get into the snake and get him off the field.
Yeah, so we have a little break here. 1 minute and 38 seconds for the start of this next point. 1 point separates these 2 teams here in the semifinal matchup in the Champs Division. We'll find out who advances to the final here as this game progresses. Stick with us.
I first picked up a paintball gun when I was 9. I used to stand around at the field and stare at the Ironman players, hoping for a shot. I earned my way onto the team when I was 15. We won 2 world titles. When I blew my knee out for the second time, the doctor told me I'd never play again, but I refused to let go of my dream. I'm an Ironman, and paintball is my life.
There's Shane Pastana, captain of the Los Angeles Ironmen. He's won championships with the team, 3 different areas of the game, and he has come back to try to lead them to a 4th. And the Ironmen, again, it's been 5 years since they've even made the finals. So this is a huge game for the Ironmen. They're up 1 point right now by Damage. So can Damage get back in this match? We're going to find out right now. And it looks like Smith coming towards the snake side for Tampa Bay Damage. There's Brian Smith on your screen right now, rolling his gun. You can see by his body language he wants to go. He makes the next move. Gets into snake 1. Both teams at 5 strong. Ironmen also have a player in the snake 2. And they get Chris Catt moving on the D side as well. Looking at the snake battle, Alex Goldman on your screen. Both those players in the snake in the same spot into snake 1. And looks like Ironmen have a little bit better field position, I think, on the D side. No, actually, Damage also has a player attacking on the D side as well, too, both in D2. So completely even across the board, Todd.
Yep, here comes Marcelo Margot in behind Alex Goldman. He's going to jump into that snake insert bunker and protect down the wire. Keith Brown over there in that snake side corner. He's mirrored up by Alex Rodriguez. So Chad Bougere again. There you see the spread for the Ironmen. Goldman on the right, Rodriguez on the bottom, Margot on the left. 3 snake players. 2 back players gonna look across the field. There's Chad Bougere, who's been waiting for that shot, but CC sneaks in under his gun into the Dorito 2.
Man,
So
he's quick. Those bumps he does, CC, he's super quick and he's super tiny. So it makes it a lot easier for him to get to those spots and advance. Look at that shot across the field coming at you. He's shooting at Alex Goldman right now, trying to drop a shot in on him.
And Marcelo Margot, he dips into the snake behind Goldman so that he can look across the field. Goldman gonna take an extra knuckle. Keith Brown looking down the wire. Alex Goldman and Marcelo Margot in the snake together right there. Lots of paint coming towards the snake from Jason Edwards, who's gonna stand up and make a bump out to the Dorito side corner, give himself a little bit more space. Brian Smith right there on your screen from Damage. He's looking across the field at Brandon Cornell over there in the Dorito side corner, and Cece in the Dorito 2. Still all 5 bodies left alive for both teams. Bougere still keeping his head across the field, and his gun does not want to let CC get into that 50 Dorito. Right on the other side of that tall cake right there.
Long point here. No bodies have dropped. Tense moments. Marcelo Margot and Alex Goldman in the snake. So better field position, snake side. Oh, first body to go. And it is Tampa Bay Damage that loses. It looks like Jason Edwards dying on the back corner bunker on the D side. So that's going to take a little pressure because paintball is all about cross-field shots. So when a body dies from the D side, it makes a little bit less cross-field shots coming at you over here on the snake side. So that's going to make life a little easier here for Marcelo Margot and for Alex Goldman.
Chad Bougere getting shot.
He was trying to fill. He was trying to fill out to that Dorito side of the field and just got clipped. As soon as he took one step out of his bunker, got clipped in the goggles. So the Ironmen looking good right now, guys. 3-1.
Yeah, you're right, Chris. The Ironmen are looking very sharp. They're playing aggressive, but they're finally playing that smart, fumble-free aggression. Haven't really seen too many mistakes other than Marcelo dying early in that very first one. They still won that point, but then Marcelo picked it right back up. He's good at that. Really easy. He's been doing this for a long time since he was young, so it's easy for him to shake off a little mistake like that. And yeah, the Ironmen look really good right now.
Yeah, and like you guys are saying, those little mistakes, those are the difference. Trying to do too much, that's usually when you end up getting shot, is when you try and overdo it. Just get in, do your job, don't try and do too much. Los Angeles Ironmen right now, 3-1 lead over Tampa Bay Damage. Stick around, we'll be right after this messages. All right, so we are back here with a look inside Tampa Bay Damage's pit. There's Dalton Vanderbilt. We are playing Paintball Access Fantasy Paintball. It's going to be a winner out here. Going to get a brand new DM15. Hope you signed up for this event. Check your scores.
Those guns, man. Those guns are gnarly. Gnarly.
Same gun that both these two teams are shooting right now. Tampa Bay Damage and the LA Ironmen on breakout.
Split screen breakout. You got the Tampa Bay Damage on your right, Ironman on your left. There's your screen. Doubling up Marcelo Margot and John Copeman. Oh, but here comes Alex. Looks like they dropped one in on him.
Oh, and Vidalich tries to go too far in the snake, and he gets shot down the wire. Vidalich just tried to push it too hard, and those are the mistakes that we're talking about right there.
Yeah, and El Yusuf in the snake right now, so they switch. So Ironmen switched their lineup. They send Ibarra, Vidalich now getting. Vidalich is good, man. He did really well in limited spins when he came back to the team at the last event, and now El Yusuf owns this whole side, and he's just gonna get that up. What a great, accurate crossfield shot by El Yusuf. Able to take out the Ironmen in that 50-yard line. So Paul Everett, the only body to drop right now for Tampa Bay Damage. Ironmen are down 2, as they only have 3 players left alive. and they're stuck in that center. This is going to be really hard for the Ironmen. They're going to have to really hope that, Todd, like we were talking about, no mistakes. If you want to win out here, as little mistakes as possible. It's going to take some mistakes for Tampa Bay Damage to lose this match with the position the Ironmen have right now.
Yeah, and John Copeman just got shot in the head. He's going to come over, and there's probably going to be a penalty.
I think that's actually Shane Pestana.
Is it? That's going to be a major penalty, I think. No?
No, so Shane Pestana
Okay.
comes off. So now just 2 players left alive. They're crossed up for the Ironmen. Crossed up means that, the guy on the D side is shooting to Snake side, and the guy on the Snake side shooting D side. They're watching in front of each other.
Oh, what a shot across the field.
Brandon Cornell.
What a shot.
Gosh, Brandon Cornell getting a shot in on Youssef. Daniel Holiday streaking down the Dorito side for Tampa Bay Damage. Timmy Probst, he's in the Snake. Brandon Cornell is up and fighting. He makes a bump out to the Dorito side corner. He has the opportunity to get there. Makes it in alive. Jason Edwards, though, up to the A. Holiday alive in the 50 Dorito, and Timmy Probst alive on the Ironman side of the field. But too many guns for Brandon Cornell as he loses a gunfight with Daniel Holiday, but they trade out. So 2 bodies left alive, Probst and Edwards against Margot. And here comes Damage. Margot comes out. Looks like he shoots Jason Edwards. They may have traded, but Timmy Probst still alive for Tampa Bay Damage coming down that Snake. And Marcelo almost snuck out, got a ball in on Jason.
If there's
Stayed
anybody in the
alive, but Timmy Probst just had him as he made that move out of his bunker.
Yeah, I mean, a nice move by Brandon Cornell to get out there, but again, just looking at those 3 guns, and it's not necessarily just the 3 guns, it's the angles that they had. It was just really tough for Marcelo and Brandon, and really hoping that somebody made a mistake. And yeah, great kill on Youssef to make it interesting for us here, but good job by Damage to finish out that point against a hard-fighting Marcelo Margot and Brandon Cornell, refusing to give up easily. So now with 8 minutes and 42 seconds to go, we got ourselves a 1-point match. So very crucial for these teams to play clean right now. All day long, we've seen penalties play a factor, and since these teams know that, they really got to make sure to go out when they get hit and have that body knowledge of when you get shot. So look at the season kill count leaders here, as it looks like Marcelo Margot is going to take the lead in the kill count, 152. And 174 points played. Justin Rabikoff, 151, right behind him for total kills this season, but played a lot more points. Archie Montemayor, you have to take a whole tournament that Archie wasn't even in the mix. Archie played a whole tournament in the Challengers division, so no kills were counted for him at that point. We don't do stats over there, and he still had 149 kills.
Crazy.
In 143 points. My God, Archie Montemayor, I'm pretty sure he ran away with the Top Gun title award here. Marcelo probably going to finish second now, as he's first overall. And then also Trevor Reeser. Look at that, Trevor Reeser making a statement to the league. Hey, man, I'm top 5 in overall kills with 135 and 199 points played. Todd, you gave him a lot of spins, and it looks like for a good reason there. Jason Edwards finishing out that top 5 for overall kill count leader.
Yeah, Trevor Reeser really stepped up this year. He showed that he wanted it, really bad from the beginning of the year. So, when you got a guy that, takes his game to the next level as he did, just like Matt Sossman did as well, up there with the overall leaders. But, Trevor Reeser was just a murderer for us this year. He wanted to go out and get it every single game, so we got to get him in there.
Okay, the stands are already full here for this huge semifinal matchup as Ironmen try to send Alex Goldman. So Damage starting to isolate, and when they send Alex Goldman and shoot him off that Snake side now, and also losing a body, though, is Tampa Bay Damage as Brian Smith, one of the attackers on the Snake side, dies for them. So it's tied up on the body count here for a piece. Though. Looks like Chad Bougier gets shot out of his bunker. So now the Ironmen create an advantage for themselves by winning a gunfight. It's 3-on-4. Advantage to the Ironmen.
And do
Keith
they get
Brown.
it right back? They do by letting Keith Brown into the Snake, who comes across and shoots Daniel Ibarra. Alex Rodriguez in that big Dorito shooting across, trying to keep the attack from coming down the Dorito side, but you have the advantage on the Snake side. You got to exploit that if you're the Ironmen, and with nobody looking at Keith Brown just going to work
and
across the field.
Shoots Chris Cat, and now just shoots Toe Camel.
And the crowd goes wild for the hometown boys here, Tampa Bay Damage. We're only about 40 minutes away from Tampa here out in Fantasia Flight, and Alex Rodriguez, the last player left alive, is going to get tapped out by Keith Brown and Jacob Edwards. So come from behind point win right here for Tampa Bay Damage. Todd looking real good on it too.
Yeah, definitely a squandered opportunity for the LA Ironmen as they had the early advantage 2-on-1 on the Snake side of the field, but turned over and focused too much attention on the Dorito side, and Keith Brown snuck into the snake, shot both bodies off the Dorito side of the Ironmen, and then won a gun battle down the wire, shot Toke Hamill, and then won the game for the Ironmen as Alex Rodriguez was the lone player left alive as the Dorito side opened up for Tampa Bay Damage.
Yeah, so now we have ourselves another close tie game, though less crazy with not a lot of penalties out here on this one. These two teams here playing pretty clean. 7 minutes and 22 seconds to go. So time is starting to tick off, and at this point it is anyone's match. The Ironmen are going to have to go back to their pits and figure out what's going wrong here. One of the things going wrong in that last point was that Alex Goldman, their attacker, their best attacker on the snake side, was taken out early. But they had advantage. It was 4-on-3 at one point in time in that matchup. So squandering that high body situation there, Los Angeles Ironmen, that's another one of those things when they go back and watch tape on it, and have to shake their heads. But hey, both teams in this match. We'll be right back. So here we go, getting right back in this match, and immediately at the start of this point, Tampa Bay Damage start flying down that D side of the field. They have the 50-yard line and start chalking up kills. Marcelo Margot getting shot in the back, did not realize that they had already made it up to the 50-yard line. Dorito, only one player in the snake for both teams, and it is Rumsey El Yusuf, and their Damage is now really putting the pressure on the 4 guys still alive for the Ironmen because of the field position that they have. Yusuf, knowing that guns have turned towards the D side of the field, is now making his way to the 50 here on your screen into the snake.
I don't think they know he's in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris, I think you're right. I don't think they do either because they haven't really. Okay, now Alex Rodriguez
yeah,
does.
he picked him up.
But Alex needs to yell that across. He needs to let, because there's nobody even shooting him right now. So now Alex Rodriguez is going to come over to the snake side, stumbles a little bit getting in, but it looks like he's able to stay alive at least so far. He's got to be careful, no, and he gets shot cross field. So Alex Rodriguez trying to do some sort of damage control, but ends up getting shot. It's not the best spot right there. And then Goldman gets shot out of the back corner bunker. And here comes Tampa Bay Damage.
Wow. Tampa Bay Damage now feeling it. Here they come. Here comes Chad Boucher and Rumsey El Yusuf down the snake side. Force the Ironmen to blow the horn because Daniel Holiday got into that 50 Dorito right away and peeled apart the snake side of Los Angeles Ironmen. So Daniel Holiday, definitely one of my most favorite players to watch. I think that dude just got so much game. You know, put it on
so
display
fluid.
over here.
His style is so fluid. He just, the way he dips, cuts through the field.
Yeah.
So fast.
Silky smooth.
Yeah, straight up silky smooth. Dan Holiday. Let's check in with Lauren Kelly.
All right, we just had Damage take the lead there, 4-3 against Ironmen. Now, you guys had a 2-point deficit. You were able to come back, tie it up, and take the lead. What do you think makes Damage a stronger team, able to continue taking this lead and ultimately take the win here?
What we need to do is mainly just teamwork. A couple of games we're dropping people together in bunches. We just need to play as a team, and we should be fine.
When you guys rewatch the webcast and you see what plays were and weren't working for you, what were some things that you noticed were working really well and you wanted to continue doing here in the semifinals?
Well, especially on this field setup, it's all a dominant snake, so we put 3 on the snake side, and hopefully we can catch their guy going into the snake so we can make a quick push.
All right, well, they're doing a great job. It's 4-3 right now, but we'll see if Ironmen can tie it up.
You know, Maddie, year after year, I feel like Keith Brown is one of those dudes that just got better and better as well. You know, I feel like, you know, it's good for him to have, you know, all these vets, all these experienced players around him, you know, to give him that support. But I feel like he's been one of those kids that's just been determined to step his game up. You know, like if you're going to be an elite player in this league, you got to want that deep inside of you. You know, you got to be super competitive and you got to be super committed. And I think Keith Brown is definitely one of those guys.
I totally agree. So we're going to see if the Ironmen can get back in this matchup. The score is 4-3. Still some time on the clock, 6:09, but it's starting to get in that low time situation. We'll see what the Ironmen are made of when we come back from this quick commercial break. Taking a look at the Ironmen that are about to play this incredibly crucial point. Season on the line right now. World Cup hopes at stake. Toe Camel, Brandon Cornell, Alex Goldman, Daniel Ibarra, and Marcelo Margot right now out on the field for Los Angeles Ironmen to try to get back in this match.
And these are the guys that have been just handling business for the Ironmen. Got to get these guys in the game and put them to work. Same thing for damage. You got the Edwards brothers, Chad Bougere, Brian Smith. And looks like Timmy Probst makes it out to the snake side alive. Alex Goldman getting shot on the break, coming out here to the snake side. Damage getting all their bodies out alive, but lose Margot in a gun battle right away. So
I told you in order to win this game, that's exactly what they have to do and exactly what they're doing right now.
Brian Smith getting shot down the line by Toe Camel. Good job by Toe Camel to try and start evening things up over here, but Chad Bougere is still going to be able to come in and get into the snake, and he's got Timmy Probst behind him, so the advantage on this side goes to Tampa Bay Damage, and Chad Bougere looks like he bounced. I think that was Ibarra trying to bump from the Dorito side temple out to the Dorito side corner. Chad Bougere got in there just in time and got his stream across the field. He's going to boop up in the snake as Toe Camel looks to shoot across the field to the Dorito side.
Yeah, Chad Bougere in real good field position right now to try to maintain this lead. It's 3-on-4 with the advantage going to Tampa Bay Damage, particularly because Chad Bougere has such good field position right now to try to shut down that D side. Now it's going to come, Toe Campbell, Brandon Cornell, Daniel Barra, someone's got to step up if the Ironmen want to win this game right now. Because Damage doesn't need to go anywhere. They don't need to do anything. Damage is the best in the business at this. They're real good at getting up a point or two and not making mistakes. So, you know, can Toe Campbell, this is the clutch spot right here. Looking at Jacob and Jason Edwards. So actually, looks like even on the body count is it looks like
Tim Probst.
So that's what I'm talking about if the Ironmen want to get in this match. But Damage, they've got to hold tight. Again, they are really good at this. Timmy Probst is a vet. It's very rare to see Timmy Probst die out of his bunker in a situation like this. That guy can play as tight as anyone I've ever seen.
Yeah, no, look, here comes Tampa Bay Damage to the 50. Dorito on the far side of the field makes it in clean, Todd.
Yeah, Jacob Edwards getting in there alive. He's going to deal with Ibarra and Cornell over there on that side. Jason Edwards filled back across the field with Timmy Probst dying to get into the big Dorito on the snake side. So a 3-on-3 now with Chad Bougier still in the 50 snake, cutting down that Dorito side of the field. It's going to be tough for Ibarra to go anywhere without getting out Chad Bougier. Ibarra looking on the inside, looking for shots, maybe looking to make a move. Brandon Cornell still over there, and there he goes, Ibarra. He's got to know that he cannot make that move. Tried to come, and Chad Bougier, I believe, just chopped him in half.
Yeah, that was definitely not the move. I understand. I love that he was going forward, but he tried to, and also time ticking off. Todd, I don't want to knock him too hard. He's trying to make something happen, but he's got to know. I mean, Chad's been in that 50 in the snake for a while, and having played this field now and all the games they've played, he's got to know that that lane is not going to be open.
Yeah, you know, this is what he's been doing, you know, all event, making those bumps. But, you know, tough one right there. You at least got to know he's there and maybe try and send a stream back into him, you know, to put his head down. Brandon Cornell just put his head down right now.
And I was going to ask Todd at what point, but that was when it was 3-on-3. I was wondering now, at what point do you potentially blow the horn? I don't think you can. When it's 3-on-3, it's totally up to the players out there in the field. But once you start to get to that low body situation, then it becomes necessary to blow that horn, because more than likely it's a low percentage play to win low body situations. And so you want to give yourself the best chance possible. Reset at 5. And with a little under 3 minutes to go here, the Ironmen are now down by 2. And what a great come from behind performance here from Tampa Bay Damage. And the Los Angeles Ironmen, they've been doing this all year long in big games, squandering a lead that they had created for themselves early on. You can hear Toe Campbell getting up, man. They know it's at stake. See Shane angrily thrusts his goggles on, and Ironmen getting very frustrated here, but they need to maintain their composure. So, minute left before the start of this. Toe, you know, trying to pump up his boys. We'll be right back.
2006, Raza Design set out to create a new standard for custom paintball jerseys. No longer were a player's options limited to just blue, red, or yellow. Raza redefined art in paintball. Raza brought people a freedom of expression, options, and personality. Since 2008, Raza Design has been producing the most professionally created, performance-minded, design-enhanced, art-forward jerseys to play in. Whether you are a weekend warrior or a committed professional, everyone is welcome to enjoy our products.
Ironmen doing a quick chant here to pump up their line going out to try to win this one for them. They need to, and they need them fast. Chris Catt, Brandon Cornell, Alex Rodriguez, Alex Goldman, and Marcelo Margot. That might be their fastest lineup, or one of them. I mean, their whole team's pretty quick, but look for Chris Catt and Brandon Cornell to attack down that D side, and Goldman, Rodriguez, and Margot will be coming snake side. So off the break, they hold up. Pretty conservative breakout for the Ironmen, trying to keep 5 alive. Goldman's been having a hard time in the second half of this match, staying alive over here off the break. And here comes a big move all the way down on the D side of the field. But also look for the as Alex Rodriguez launches up the center, trying to get one of his patented run-throughs. He's going to stop at the 50, and now the Ironmen are in real good field position. And they've also shot Brian Smith here, snake side.
Yeah, looking really good up the middle. You see Tampa Bay Damage on their heels right now, and all these back bunkers, the Ironmen at the 50s, except for the snake. But here comes the 50 snake with Alex Goldman, and he's keep going like we talked about.
And this is what the Ironmen needed. They needed a quick point with this fast lineup, and Goldman is just going to town over here, just chalking up kills like Legolas in Lord of the Rings. And man, what an amazing job by Alex Goldman, slaughtering Tampa Bay Damage's lineup. Everyone look to the D side. What an amazing 1-2 punch from the Los Angeles Ironmen. They push Rodriguez and they push Chris Catt and Brandon Cornell up the D side fast. After that, the guns from Damage switch towards the D side. Paintball is a game of angles. If someone is that far in front of you and they're the thorn in your side, you have to contend with them, and that lets Alex Goldman, who is finally able to live off the break again, get all the way down the snake side of the field and then just put on a clinic of accurate shooting there. Of course, he was pretty close, so, you know, good solid work by the Los Angeles Ironmen there. Back in this game, still down by 1 though, and a little under 2 minutes to play here.
I like seeing this at Alex Goldman getting down the field. Eventually, when he gets down the break, I don't want to see him get shot in the break. Stay alive, get in your bunker, and then make your move later. Let's take a look at this replay, Todd.
And here is Alex Goldman right there, getting in, waiting for that opportunity, and getting all the way down. He's got El Yusuf's back right there in that snake inside bunker. He's going to come right to the corner and blow it to bits. And then here's Chad Bougere, the last body left alive. He's getting shot from both sides as Alex Rodriguez comes down the middle of the field and helps close out that game for the Los Angeles Ironmen. So, I mean, you know, you said it before, Matty, Tampa Bay Damage is definitely one of those teams that's good at getting up a point and, you know, trying locking off and, you know, forcing teams to come into them. But Los Angeles Ironmen, they're a team that's really good at scoring quick points on very aggressive game plans. So, you know, this is going to be an interesting one here with just under 2 minutes left to go and the Ironmen needing to get 1 point to tie this game up.
Yeah, so, man, what an amazing, super close game we have here. So, I mean, do you send the same lineup out? I think yes, as long as they're fresh, and they should be. That was a pretty quick point. Probably don't even have to load that much paint. So get those same guys back out there. You know, I mean, they're feeling the flow right now. They got that momentum shifted to your side. Load them up, get them back out there. And, you know, again, man, when we were such a close game, when we were sitting there, Todd, you and I were talking about Damage. Ironman had to end up going with the Ironman. Chris, you picked Damage. Damage is still leading right now.
Yeah, you know, and they're effectively shutting down Alex Goldman, which they needed to do, shooting Marcelo Margot and effectively trying to contain the Dorito side of the field. They're doing that, but I think the Ironmen are adjusting enough now to where it's 158 left in this game. It's going to be a 5-5 game.
We have seen
overtime kind of thing.
Nothing but close matches all morning here. Sunday competition. This is, you know, you always want to see it, but when it actually happens, it's just so great to see. Nothing but close 1-point matches, just crazy close games. Let's check in with Lauren Kelly.
Hey guys, I am in Ironman's pit with Mike Paxton. Now you guys are just down 1 point. You have plenty of time to tie it up here. In that last point, you were able to get the advantage because you were super aggressive. Everyone was taking fast moves. Do you think that's the way to play the points moving forward?
Well, definitely playing against Damage. I mean, you know, they're going to sit, they're going to wait for you, try to shoot you out. They don't want to come get you. We want to come get you. So, you know, as long as we get the one body up and then we come get you, we're going to have one body at the end of the game.
Well, I have to ask, your family was here on the sidelines, and you said your daughter has a key to success. What is that key to success she tells you?
If we win, we go to Disneyland.
Oh, wow, they want to go to Disney World, right? World. All right, we'll see if Ironman can tie it up here.
Yeah, so, man, that's the question. Can the Ironmen tie it up? And they do send the exact same line out as they had in that last point. That is a smart move.
Yeah, I agree. I think they're going to do the same thing again, but look for Damage to shoot heavy guns off the break on this side of the field. You know, same line, like you said, Alex Rodriguez, Mouse, Alex Goldman, Marcelo Margot, Brandon.
I think this one's going to come down to who shoots who on the breakout here. Coming out to the corner, Timmy Probst. Marcelo Margot in the back center. Alex Goldman gets into the snake. Alex Rodriguez up through the snake side, makes it to the center, but gets shot just as he gets in there. Referee going to run and check him. He's going to get pulled out. Marcelo Margot getting shot out of the backfield for the Ironmen. So just Alex Goldman over here looking at three Tampa Bay Damage players.
Worst case scenario right now, pretty much. Well, not quite, but pretty close. Yeah, no, worst case scenario right here for the Ironmen. But that horn's going to get blown. They're going to concede it, which throws another one to Tampa Bay Damage. And now Tampa Bay Damage 1 point away from victory and eliminating the Los Angeles Ironmen from World Cup competition here. Goldman was that last guy left alive. So the same lineup that created the magic before, not able to do it here because of that off-the-break shooting of Jacob and Jason Edwards. Timmy Probst and Chad Bougere also getting kills as well, too. So full team effort. 4 different guys got kills before Ironmen were forced to concede that point. So with a minute 33, I mean, the Ironmen probably have to send that same, it's up to those guys. I'd probably send the same lineup out there again and say, guys, it's up to you. We fought all year long, and now you have a minute and 33 seconds to try to make something happen, because right now you're our stud, so we're going to have to make, that's it, man. That's what's at stake. Make it happen.
Yeah, and there you got to look in to the damages pit. Like you said, they're really good at, holding those points where they just have to keep that lead, force teams to run into their guns, and that's exactly what they did right there. As damage goes up 6-4, and Ironmen now without the benefit of being able to blow the horn to save time, because Tampa Bay damage was 6. Ironmen cannot give up any more points, so they're gonna have to get 2 straight points just to tie it up, bring this game back, or otherwise Tampa Bay damage will be moving on to the World Cup Finals to take on either Art Chaos or Edmonton Impact, who will be coming up right after this match.
Yeah, so, wow. This is as tense as it gets if you're an Ironman fan. It's do or die time for them. And about 5 seconds to go to see what they're made of. Or is it going to be Tampa Bay damage getting into the finals again and defeating a very strong Ironman game? That's going to put them in the right mindset to try to beat the winner of the Art Chaos Impact game. Off the break, and Tampa Bay damage able to get a shot on Alex Goldman. So it's not looking good for the Ironman right here. Snake side, I think they have 4 bodies alive still, though. 2 coming off early as Brandon Cornell got shot over there. So that is probably going to do it here, as unless some sort of miracle can happen for Toe Campbell, Chris Catt, and Marcelo Margot. Chris Catt attempting, though, as he runs down on the D side of the field. I don't think anyone picked him up. Chris Catt still alive in the 50-yard line. He gets one. Chad Boucher's dead. There's still a player in the snake, though. Here comes Brian Smith. Chris Catt is still alive, and he shoots another one. There comes another body off Tampa Bay damage, but only 51 seconds left. Marcelo Margot gets shot, and Brian Smith running a racket over here, snake side, and Chris Catt gets taken out. Congratulations, Tampa Bay damage, advancing to the finals. Ironman just not enough today.
Brian Smith putting on a clinic over here in the snake. He's waving the flag at his teammates who are shooting back at him. They didn't realize that Brian Smith went all the way down the snake and shot the last 3 players of the Ironmen. Close out that game and send Tampa Bay damage into the World Cup Finals.
Wow, so yet again here in their long, illustrious career, we see Tampa Bay damage making another World Cup final match. They've won this tournament before. They're in front of their hometown crowd. I mean, I could barely hear myself over the people cheering in the sidelines for the call for that last point. And you picked it there. Chris, you had it.
I don't like to see my friends lose. I mean, the Ironmen, we're friends with all those guys. We're friends with pretty much everybody anyway. But the Ironmen, God, I really wanted to see them make it. But just on paper, I couldn't see it happening, man. They only had to effectively do a couple of things, and they did that. They established dominance. They got the G's on the break, and there's the score, 7-4.
Yes.
I think Kevin Brettauer, did a fantastic job of calling plays, getting guys aggressive when they needed to be aggressive and holding when they needed to hold. And, you got to give it to Damage. Like you said, Maddie, they just really understand the tempo, the flow of the game. They understand when it's time to push, when it's time to play defense, and they just make less mistakes than most of the teams out there, and especially the Ironmen this game. Ironmen just made a lot of small mistakes, and it cost them big time.
Yeah, and with Tampa Bay damage has played some inspired paintball here in the second half of this season. They looked really good at the West Coast Open, and they went pretty far, but just not able to get that victory. And then they got shut out, or not shut out, but they lost in the semifinals. So able to finally get past the semifinals, get into the finals, and looking really good. But I can't agree with you more about that, what you're saying about Kevin Brettauer, because, and also it's not only just the game plans too, good job by Coach Brettauer, but also the execution from Tampa Bay Damage. And Chris, you kind of speaks to what you were saying. Those guys are such solid veterans that they just needed to make sure they, a few tweaks here and there and do what they normally can do anyway. But yeah, man, and because the Ironmen went up 2-1, and they were able to get that lead. But the damage was just they stayed composed and able to make it happen. So you know, really looking forward to seeing this next matchup here coming at you, and it's going to be Art Chaos taking on Edmonton Impact Boys. Now that is going to be an insane matchup in here in the semifinals. So, and we're going to get right back to it here, but first we're going to go to Lauren Kelly.
Hey guys, I'm standing here with Jacob Edwards from Damage. Congratulations, you just beat Ironmen. You are finally going into the finals this season. How does it feel to be making that step you guys have been fighting for a while now?
Feels like we accomplished something. I mean, about to win World Cup again.
So during that match, we saw that initially when Ironmen was aggressive and getting down the field and making those moves fast, they were able to take the momentum and get some points. But we also saw in the last few points that actually worked against them. When do you decide when you want to use that aggression and when to hold back?
When we're scared and losing. But no, when we're down by points, I mean, you got nothing to lose. Might as well go after them. And it just worked out for us this time. It was a tough match. They played well, but we just played a little better.
What do you think has made the difference this weekend? What are you guys doing better here on this layout than you haven't done in previous tournaments this season?
Playing like a team. I mean, we're communicating well, shooting people and calling those kills so we know. And, I mean, we're just playing off of each other like a team. It's crazy.
It's crazy. Well, congratulations. You are going on to the finals. You will see Damage there. Now we have to find out who's going to be there with them. Impact or Art Chaos? Who do you think it's going to be?
Tough call. I'm not sure.
Oh, come on, Jake.
I don't want to jinx it.
Okay, we won't jinx it. Stay tuned, guys. We'll be finding out soon.